Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the market. And as always, guys, we have to touch on several names, several stories. We will go all over Europe because news are really everywhere. Also, something that is gonna be about players who just left the World Cup. And so let's jump into it together. And we start from the stories we have around Europe, and we start from England because former Real Madrid manager Álvaro Arbeloa just left Real Madrid after his short spell at the club. Replacing Xabi Alonso will be the new Fulham manager. It was already, here we go, few weeks ago, but now it's official. Álvaro Arbeloa signed a 4-year contract at Fulham, ready to take over at Craven Cottage after the excellent work of Marco Silva, who is now the new head coach of Benfica, replacing Jose Mourinho. So Mourinho to Real Madrid, Marco Silva to Benfica, and Arbeloa from Real Madrid to Fulham in this strange story that brings Arbeloa to Premier League, a big opportunity for him, contract until 2029. And so good luck to Arbeloa, and see how special can be football sometimes. The first game in Premier League is going to be Fulham against Chelsea, Arbeloa against Xabi Alonso. So one of the stories of these 24 hours. Just to stay quickly in Spain, to touch on something also regarding João Cancelo. Many questions after some stories, some rumors coming out of Spain. It's done, João Cancelo staying at Barcelona, it's done, agreement with Al Hilal. Let me clarify something, guys. Two important stuff on João Cancelo. The first side, the first 50% of the story. João Cancelo, 99.9% will be a Barcelona player. I never had any doubts. I told you in March, in April, in May, while the season was already ongoing, that João Cancelo wanted to stay and Barcelona wanted to keep Cancelo. So when this is the intention, in some way it's going to happen. And I keep telling you now that Cancelo is going to stay at Barcelona, is going to continue at Barcelona. The other 50% is the reality, what's happening today. At the moment, there is still no agreement in place. So Cancelo is not traveling tomorrow for medical test and contract signing, and the deal is not signed or completed yet between Barcelona and Al Hilal. Barcelona and Al Hilal are negotiating. The agent of the player, Jorge Mendes, is in charge of the negotiation. Is it taking place on daily basis? Now, it's going to take some time before the deal can be agreed because it's about the transfer fee. João Cancelo has 1 year left on his contract at Al Hilal, and João Cancelo doesn't want to play for Al Hilal anymore. He's been very clear. He only wants to go to Barcelona. So now it's just about reaching an agreement. According to my information, the agreement is not done yet. Then if you ask me, is it going to get done? Yes, Cancelo will be a Barcelona player by the end of the summer, unless something crazy happens, but this is the direction of the deal. Then, guys, we have to talk also about Argentina, because from the World Cup we have few stories that reflect into the transfer market, and so let's touch on that. The first one is regarding Julián Álvarez. Julián Álvarez after Argentina game, crazy game against Egypt. Imagine being on 78, they were losing 2-0, then winning 3-2. Will Leo Messi show again? But Julián Álvarez after the game, when asked by Ser about Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, okay, what's going to happen with your future now? Julián, this time, after last time he did an interview, he said, I want to leave, I want to go, I want to fulfill my dream. Julián this time decides to go slow, to go cold, and to say, now my focus is on Argentina, we have important games up front, and then we will see my future after. So Julián Álvarez didn't want to put fire on fire. And so at the moment the situation remains this, that Julián Álvarez still hopes to go to Barcelona. This is not changing. Julián dream is to go to Barcelona, and this is not changing. Then on the other side, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, the relationship remains very cold. And so at the moment, club to club remains the issue of this deal. Julián still has an agreement with Barcelona, but again, club to club, this is still not developing. So we have to be patient and see what's going to happen next. And also Enzo Fernandez speaking in public. Enzo scored a goal for Argentina to beat Egypt in the final minutes of the game, and then goes to the press and says, I'm not thinking about my future. Focus now on Argentina, then we will see. Is Enzo Fernandez's message. Real Madrid already made clear, finally, that the deal is not happening, because it was completely false that Real Madrid started negotiations with Enzo, with his agents, or with Chelsea. It never happened. It was just discussed internally among names, but never concrete, never even close. The Enzo Fernandez story. Now, talking about Enzo, The situation will be discussed after the World Cup, so during the World Cup nothing will change for Enzo Fernandez. The agent of the player, Javier Pastore, will talk to Chelsea after the World Cup to try and understand which one could be the best solution for all parties. Remember that this story started because Chelsea and Enzo were not able to reach an agreement on new contract since end of November, beginning of December. So the contract is still a problem between Enzo Fernandez and Chelsea. Then, let me tell you once again, after the Real Madrid statement, I saw some stories of Manchester City. From what I'm aware, Manchester City are not in active talks to sign Enzo Fernandez at this stage. On Manchester City and Real Madrid, the link is there. Rodri, ragazzi, Rodri, guys, remains a topic that we have to keep an eye on, not this summer, but my feeling is that the Rodri situation has to be monitored by the end of 2026-2027 season, because for this summer the situation is very quiet. Real Madrid, we saw Enrique Riquelme, a candidate to Real Madrid presidency, then Florentino Perez won, announcing Rodri as potential signing, but with Florentino Perez the situation is completely cold. So between Rodri and Florentino, at the moment my understanding is that Florentino is not convinced by signing Rodri, and so very quiet with Real Madrid this summer. Next summer, 2027, Rodri could leave Manchester City on a free, because as of today, then I don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 months, but as of today, new contract proposal from Man City is on the table since April, but Rodri is still not accepting. There is still no financial agreement between Man City and Rodri. So there is a possibility, there is a way for Rodri to stay at Manchester City one more season, play with City, play with Enzo Maresca, and then in 2027 eventually leave on a free. That's a serious possibility. Then, just to close on Real Madrid, Brahim Diaz. There is a club pushing a lot behind the scenes to sign Brahim Diaz, and that club is Juventus. Juventus would love to sign Brahim Diaz, it's their dream target. The manager, Luciano Spalletti, is pushing on daily basis in the meetings they have to sign Brahim Diaz. But the answer from player side is very clear, in public and in private. Brahim says, I want to stay at Real Madrid. I want to continue at Real Madrid. I want to play for Jose Mourinho. I want to play for Real. And so, at the moment, this deal is not developing because Brahim Diaz's desire is to stay at Real Madrid. Then, if in the next 7 weeks something happens, I will be telling you. But to tell you the reality of what's happening on this one, Brahim is telling Juventus that he wants to stay at Real Madrid. Then, 2 more stories, guys. One, it's about Jesse Derry, this talent from Chelsea. New contract agreed for Jesse Derry at Chelsea, and now Sporting from Portugal in advanced talks to sign the player from Chelsea on loan. So Chelsea wanted to buy Jesse Derry. Chelsea said no, signed a new contract with the player, and now Sporting pushing to close the deal on loan. So there is this serious possibility could be closed soon for Jesse Derry to become a new Sporting player from Chelsea. And then many questions. He left the World Cup, and now what's going to happen with Mo Salah? He's been fantastic with Egypt. They made history again at the World Cup, but what I wanted to tell you on Mo Salah is that he has the possibility from Saudi, because from Saudi they always wanted Mo Salah. Already 3 years ago, 2 years ago, Mo Salah has always been a top target. But my understanding is that also from the MLS, some call took place to understand the situation of Mo Salah. And so MLS could be a possibility as well. So MLS, Saudi, let's see what Salah decides. But now, after the World Cup, is going to be time for him and for his agent, Rami Abbas, to decide the future. On this, guys, and much more, let me know your opinion, as always, here in comments. Remember to like this video, to turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, because every single day we are here together discussing transfers, and as always, we will talk about all the moves in the next hours. See you soon here on YouTube.